Okay, so let's see in the documentation of Notion how to insert the data in the databases. Let's go back to the documentation page. And there is one trick here. Every rows in a Notion database is considered as a page. If you click on these rows, it will open like a page. You can even, open in a full page. So what does it mean? It means that when you want to insert data, actually in a database, what you want to insert is a new page. So that's why now in the documentation you have to look at the page, and you need to create a new page using this post method. Okay, so here you can see the format of the request that we have to do. So it's almost similar to what we have seen before. So we need, of course, our secret key that we have already created, and we need these two parameters in the headers. But there is something different. Here we are not calling the database URL, but the pages URL. And then we need to pass our new data in this in a body in our post request. So I will show you how to do it for our simple example here, and then I'll let you read the documentation to understand what are all the other parameters that you can import in the database. So let's go back to our Notion process, back to edit mode, and we'll add a new call API, and this time is to insert data. So maybe we can make it clearer here. Insert data, and the first one was to retrieve data. Okay, so in this new action, we can select the same credential that we have created before, but now we will configure it, of course, differently. So this is still a post method. You see here, post method. So now let's add the pages in the URL. Here, pages. Okay, now let's finish the configuration. So we need this, but it's already in the credential, no problem. So we'll add the content type here, and this is the application JSON. Copy and paste. Sorry. Then the Notion version. Copy and paste it. Okay, let's configure the status output. Give it a name. Status insert code integer, and the body output, we don't need it here because we don't want to retrieve, but we want to insert data, so we don't need to put it here. This one is interesting to debug, to understand what's happening. Now in the body of our post request, we need to put some information, and I will show you how Notion expect what is the structure of Notion. Sorry. So maybe we can copy and paste what they are proposing here, where it goes from here to here. Let's copy it and let's have a look. So here you can enlarge the editor by pressing escape. Okay, that's what I'm doing now. And I will paste the example of Notion. So first you understand the first parameters is the ID of the database where you want to add new rows, new pages. So again, this one, copy it and paste it here. So now everything that we're going to insert will be in this database. So there's a lot of things here that we don't really need. The icon, you can change the icon of the page, but we don't care. So I will remove this. So now we need to configure the properties of the new rows that we want to add. So we add just one row for the purpose of this demo, but you can add many more if you want. So there is first column that we call first name. So let's call it first name. And this is what Notion called the title. The first column in Notion is considered as a title. You can see it here. If you click here, you do edit property, and you see that it's a type title. And you cannot delete this column. You can rename it, but you cannot delete it. So this is title, and then it's a type of text, and this is our content. So I can let it like this. It's okay. Just change the name. I will put Jane. Then what we have, the second column is a last name. So last name. So it's a type of text, and I can let it like that, and I will change it like though. Then we have an email. So I will remove this one, and I will remove everything after this one. Okay. Okay, I clean a bit. So so let's add the email property. We copy and paste this one. It's an email, and the content will be Jane Doe example.com. And the last one is the ID. It's a number, so we can keep this one, call it ID, and put it a number, a random number. So normally we are good. No, sorry, this is not okay. So normally we are good, and we can now, I think, try our process. So I will reduce the editor, I will save my process, and I will run it. Check it. And I have an error. Body as a vain JSON format or row type. So there is an issue somewhere in this when I try to insert this new row. So it's probably because of the email. Let's have a look again. The body, we'll enlarge it. So probably here somewhere something is wrong. So let's go back to the documentation and try to find how type email, property value, so which text, let's see if they propose something about email. Email. Okay, let me do a search. Email. Okay. Email property value. Okay. So it's okay. Simply okay. Very simple. So just you put the name of the column, and then you just put your email. So I go back to the Procesio process. Here my name is email, and then can remove everything here and just put the email. Okay, let's try it again. I save. Now it. I check it. And I still have an error. Okay. So this time I think it is this one. Ah no, okay, I have two comma here. Sorry. Okay, let's run it again and check it. Okay, so now it's a success. Let's have a look here. It's a 206 code. Now let's have a look at the database. And yes, we have our new line with this new person that has been added. So okay, now that you know how to retrieve data and insert new data, so you can make many things with that. You can create probably documents. If you retrieve the data from Notion database, maybe you can then create a document in your process and send it to your customer, or you can import new data. If you have a form somewhere, you can then import the content of the form in the Notion database. So now I'll let you do whatever you want with that. I hope it was helpful, and if you have any question, let me know in the comment.